Hello everyone, welcome to my 2021 setup. I'm going to be using my new Archer and Olive notebook for the very first time and I'm really excited. So to start off, I usually like to do a little opening page for every single one of my bullet journals. And this year I wanted to do something a little more minimal, so I decided to do the little Disneyland entrance sign. But instead of the word Disneyland, I'm going to be writing the word hello because that's the word I always write when I start a new bullet journal. But this video is also going to be an ASMR edition, so you guys will hear some hopefully satisfying, relaxing sounds throughout the video. And for all of my New Year's setups, I always like to keep it very simple, so I just like to choose a color palette, and I'm basing it off of this nail polish that I saw on Pinterest because I love this color palette. So I'm just going to be using acrylic paint, but you can obviously use markers or watercolors or crayons or colored pencils, anything you want, but I decided on acrylic paint because I like the texture and I like the look. And as for the design, I just went with circles and blobs and like streaks of paint. And I'm just going to be using black text and some white detailing throughout this spread as well. And I'm going to be doing a lot of scrapbooking and a lot of cutting and pasting so I can have a lot of different textures and a lot of different patterns on the spread. And I guess that's kind of contradictory because I just said I want it to be minimal, but it still turned out pretty simple and I really like it. And also all the stuff that I'm using, like my stamps and then the grid Memeo pads, I got from Stationery Pal. So if you want to use my code joynalinginc for 10% off, you can go right ahead and get 10% off. If not, it's okay too, but it's there if you want it. And now I'm doing my space grid page, and I got this from Amanda Rach Lee, and it's a super helpful page. And I just split the page where I would usually split my pages for my weekly spreads. So like, for example, 3 columns down or 3 rows across. And then also I made the midway marks so I can know where the center of the page is. And then here I'm adding my title with acrylic paint. I'm doing a nice little like plaid title, and as I'm waiting for that page to dry, I'm going to start on my quote page for the year. And the quote I chose was, "It's only going to get better from here," which is very valid. So I'm just going to be doing a scrapbooking page. This paper that I'm using, the grid brown paper, I got from Daiso, and then the one I'm cutting right now is from Stationery Pal. And then the brown paper is from wrapping paper, just like one of the scraps that I had from wrapping presents. And then the double-sided tape that I'm using is from Stationery Pal. And then I just cut the white grid Memeo pads into semicircles. And then I'm going to add some more paint details, some more shapes. And then as I wait for that to dry, I'm going to go back to my grid space page and add the title. There's a lot of drawing going back and forth. And then the pens that I'm using are the Micron pens. I got them from Amazon. There's like a set of 10 and the tips are all different sizes and I absolutely love them. So now I'm going back to my quote page and it's so ugly. Yeah, so I just covered it up and I started over again, but then I also made another mistake and I stamped the C backwards instead of me trying to fix it, but then it kind of turns into looking like a ball sack. And then I keep trying to fix it and then I just give up and cover it again, and I just stamped the entire thing correctly this time. And this is how it turned out. And now I'm going to be doing my Polaroid in a glance, which I also got from Amanda Rach Lee, and I love this so much. It's so cool looking back on my old bullet journals and seeing my favorite memory from that month. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and the background I'm going to be doing is just these horizontal loosey-goosey lines. I think it looks very nice. And it's been pretty hard keeping up with my Polaroid in a glance this year since I haven't been going out much, but I will definitely be updating it soon with like random pictures I took on my phone. But hopefully 2021 I will be filling it out completely. And now I'm going to be doing my future logs. I've tried out a bunch of different future logs with my past bullet journals. I did the vertical one, but this is the style that I like the most. So I'm just using the same color palette and now I'm waiting for it to dry, and I'm going to be making my goals page. It's very simple. I'm not going to be breaking it down into anything. I don't do a lot for my New Year's setups. I used to do the very typical bullet journal New Year's spreads, goals pages, but I found that I didn't really use them. I didn't really look back at them. I'm not saying that it didn't work, and it doesn't work for everybody, but personally it did not work for me. I set goals in my head, I feel like, and I just didn't really refer back to them with the other times that I did it, so I just keep my setups very simple this year. But I am going to be making like a general goals page. If I want to jot something down really fast, I'll put it here. And as you guys can see, I just went in with my black pen and added some details. And now I'm going to be starting my January spread, and I decided to keep this very simple as well. I went with like an orangey brown theme. And I think this is what I mainly want to do with this specific bullet journal. I like more simple, minimalistic spreads I found. I don't really like drawing and everything. I think that's my main goal for my bullet journal this year, just to keep it very simple with colors and like color palettes and a lot of scrapbooking. And I feel like this style of bullet journaling is where I started off and I like the best. So I'm going to try to stick with that this year and not try to do a lot of doodling or drawing, because that's the style that I find most attractive for myself and I find easiest to do when I'm in school and work. I'm also doing a very simple calendar right here. I always love doing these calendars, so I think I want to go back to these ones as well. But obviously if I have a lot of stuff going on in the month, I'm going to make it bigger. But this is kind of the style that I like too. So you guys can just keep watching with my January spread. I'm just going to keep peeling and sticking and pasting, and it's pretty much the same thing over and over again. So please enjoy this ASMR for the last couple minutes, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely 2021 and it's filled with everything you could ever want, and I hope it's the best year yet. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on post notifications, and I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye.